Hello everyone, welcome back to more Halloween time. Today's episode we are finishing up Perceptions of the Dead. Finish these two and we're gonna go on to the third story. So far it's kind of like 50-50. The first one I didn't care for, the second one I thought was pretty good. So let's see how this one goes. Perceptions of the Dead, the title of this game. Tyrone has made it his business to help solve the troubles of those afflicted by the undead, but what seems like a case of baning haunting may find him risking more than his life, but his very soul. Ooh. Alright, so this one looks kind of spooky and scary, so let's give it a shot. Play. Perceptions of the Dead! Dun dun dun.
I'll be the first to admit, there's some a little sad about watching a pirated copy of the original Star Wars trilogy.
Really?
It's been out for as long as I've been alive. You'd think I'd own a legal copy by now.
I don't own a legal copy either, my man. Don't worry about it.
But really, where can you find a legal copy nowadays where Greedo shoots first? Nowhere. It's a sad fact of life. I pull another chip from the bag and munch as quietly as I can. I have the volume way down so I can hear the rest of the house easily. The crunching of the chip is almost loud enough to drown out Han's rant about the Falcon's speed. My eyes dart up to the girl on the ceiling.
Oh, she enjoying the show too? You're on a nice little date?
She's still staring, wide-eyed, her pupils dilated, and her claws clicking rhythmically at her sides while she sits watching me. I pull out my phone and snap another picture of her, checking to make sure the screen stays empty. It does, and I slide the device back into my pocket. The owners of the house had been right. They had a ghost, but it was a harmless haunt, incapable of manifestation.
No, I guess that's good.
The creepiest thing she had done was stand at the end of the hallway and watch me watch TV with their amazing sound system. She clicks at me and I hush her, as though it wasn't already hard enough to hear. She doesn't respond, and I regret not downloading a version with subtitles.
Gotta keep the subtitles, man. Can't do anything without subtitles.
I've been here for almost a week. So far, only Little Miss Claus has shown up, and it hadn't been hard to identify her. She's the ghost of a girl who had suffered from an acute case of depression and took her own life.
Aww.
Apparently, she did the deed with a pair of scissors, which explains the increasingly annoying clicking scissor claws. Her family had sold the house after the loss of their only daughter. It eventually ended up in the hands of the current owners, the ones who had hired me. Their descriptions of the haunt had pretty much been a dead ringer of the girl. They had, of course, complained of cold spots and objects disappearing and reappearing elsewhere, but odds were high that they were misplacing their own stuff and giving themselves the chills. Same way any scary movie can. For the chills, I mean. Good old-fashioned forgetfulness explains the moving stuff. The girl keeps at her clicking. Her bloodied claws are writhing as she stares, sitting on the ceiling as though she had chosen to break a few laws, starting with gravity.
Ooh, let's talk to her. Maybe we can figure out what's going on.
Answer me a question, Ghost Girl. Why does everyone who's dead seem to have black hair? I mean, really? Do gingers actually lack a soul or something?
The million-dollar question right there.
Before she has a chance to answer my question, a knock comes from the door. I swear to... Someone called the cops on me again. I'm gonna give them a goddamn reason to. I'm not an effing squatter. I was hired to be here. I free myself from the ensnarement of the amazing plush furniture and trudge to the door, muttering nonsense the whole way. Throwing it open, I find someone new.
You're still here.
Yeah? What of it?
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm still working. Well, not right now, actually. I'm taking a break while some things are settling. And, you are?
You know, most of the other neighbors think you're a squatter.
I ain't no goddamn squatter!
I grimace. Yeah, I know. I've had to talk to the police twice already.
What are you even working on? I thought that they were done with renovations months ago.
You don't need to know this shit. Look at your face. Look, you're scheming shit. Come on now. You don't need to know shit. Get the fuck out of here. Seriously, you and your buck teeth. Ugh.
The owners reported some odd noises. Creaking, groaning, rattling. The kind of noises you don't want to be hearing in a newly renovated home. The thing is, their contractors haven't been able to identify the source or even replicate the issue when on site. I do construction. I'm in between jobs right now, so they're hiring me to stay here until the issue occurs and use my expertise to identify and resolve the problem.
Oh, he said the spill 20 million times, so he knows what he's doing.
That sounded pretty believable, not to mention oddly close to the truth. It'd have been enough for the police both times before, after all. Well, that and a Skype chat with the actual owners.
That makes sense. So, what, you're sleeping on the floor waiting for the noises they were reporting?
I don't have to sleep on the floor, considering it's fully furnished.
You don't think it could be the ghost that's rumored to haunt this place?
Oh, she's scheming again. God damn it. Look at this. Ugh. Don't trust her, Tyrone. Don't believe in this shit.
I force a snicker, and she immediately flushes. Yeah, I'm not the superstitious type. Everyone knows ghosts aren't real. Everyone was wrong, of course. But I wasn't going to admit that right now.
Look, I didn't...
Though if it's a long-standing rumor, it might have been something to do with the foundation. Do you know how long this building has been haunted? She flushed further and bit her lip. What was she doing here? An amateur hour ghost hunter, maybe?
I don't know. At least 10 years. That's when my family first moved in over there.
She points to what was, more or less, a mansion across the street and a few houses down. Not that any of the other houses were less impressive. This was kind of a high-end neighborhood, which was a large part of the reason I had met law enforcement twice already. I suppose I'll have to go back at it again with my level. See if I can find anywhere that may hide a seam in the foundation.
Do you need help?
Okay, seriously, what was her deal?
Yeah.
No, I've got it just fine.
Oh, okay. Well, it was nice to meet you.
You too, kid.
Don't trust her, Tyrone.
She stands there watching with the eyes of a puppy as I close the door on her. I look back to the clicking ghost on the ceiling and realize that I got more heebie-jeebies from talking to that girl than I did watching movies with a ghost hanging above my head.
Jesus. That's, quite a statement right there.
I nearly jump out of my skin as my phone goes off. The ringtone clearly indicates it's to my work number. Looks like I have another job after this one, Snippy. She clicks the same as she had before, unresponsive to my attempts to converse with her. Which is a good thing. I mean, she's a passive hunt. No need to gank her. She'll fade naturally.
Oh, that's good.
I answer my phone and wait for the words. There's a moment of silence.
Is this the boy in the Dillon's house?
What?
I recognize the voice immediately. I hang up. Her knock follows not a moment after.
What?
I heard your phone ring. You answered at exactly the same time.
Maybe she had gotten my number somewhere, caller ID or something in the house. Maybe she didn't realize the significance. How did you get my number?
Yeah, $1 million question right there.
Wow, way to maintain an air of mystery.
Huh?
Aren't you supposed to have some line like La La Fatagan or something?
Wait, is the Acolyte and Tyrone the same person? Are they the same people?
No, the caller is supposed to say that. Fuck.
You outed yourself, man.
Did I just say that?
Oh. Oh.
An awkward pause hung itself, much like I was thinking about doing.
Can I come in? It feels odd to talk about this kind of stuff on the other side of the door when you're right there.
I grimace and let her in. How did you get my number?
I read about it on 4chan. I wasn't sure it was you until just now, though. I had my suspicions from the moment you arrived.
And I'm suspicious about you. Seriously, those goddamn buck teeth, that ass, the freaking hands. Don't trust her. Don't trust you. Don't trust anything about you.
Someone posted my number on 4chan?
Ah, fuck 4chan.
You're nothing like I imagined from the urban legends, though.
What, were you not expecting a black guy?
Well, I was expecting someone tall and dark, so I suppose I was right in a sense.
Oh, that's brave. A race joke.
Why are you making it about that?
Because I'm hoping it makes you feel uncomfortable and you'll leave.
Oh, okay.
So, is it true? Is anything here?
I almost turned to check on the girl in the ceiling, but maintained my gaze. Nothing that the tenants have to worry about, it would seem.
That's an evasive answer.
Will you leave if I give you some information?
Yes. Well, maybe. It depends on what you tell me.
See, Tyrone, don't trust shit about this girl. Don't trust anything.
I'd figured as much. I'm a spiritualist. I work for folks who think they have ghosts. I flip up my hood. With the appropriate ambience, I strike a much more intimidating character.
Okay, so the Acolyte and Tyrone are the same person, because the Acolyte also wore a hood over his head, too, so...
The girl's face paled a little.
No kidding.
The hood is actually one I stole from the body of a serial killer. His psychic residue left it with an aura of violence that would invoke fear. It's a long story.
Ooh, a long story I want to hear about someday.
What more would you know?
Are they real?
Yes, but they're so rare, you will never encounter one in your entire life.
Oh, that's good.
It was a half-truth. She wouldn't. She didn't have the spiritual perception. The lie lay in the rarity, as advertised by the clicking of the girl on the ceiling.
Ah.
Oh.
Disappointment. Good. It shouldn't take much to push her towards boredom and a departure. She looks around the house, the disappointment slowly spreading to her face.
So there's no...
Why does she stop? I follow her gaze to the girl on the ceiling. The clicks grew louder. The ghost stood up in a violent convulsion. Oh no.
Oh no, what?
She could see it, and it her. All at once, it rushed her, claws sweeping wildly as its seizure-like movements brought it closer. Fear had taken the girl's voice. Should I kill it? No, it's harmless to almost everyone. There's only one thing to do. I roar.
You roar? You're gonna hear me roar.
I feel my body start to crumple. I always feel like this when I roar. To tell the truth, I still don't even know what I'm really doing. But I can feel myself die, just a little. And let's just say when I actually die, I'm gonna be a handful of a haunt for my successor. The girl on the ceiling stops in her tracks. A moment of pause and she retreats, sitting back above the TV where she had watched me earlier. I let out a breath as my soul snaps back into place. Behind me, I hear desperate gasping. Great, maybe a panic attack will scare her off. Slowly she raises her arm. I follow the finger. It's not pointing at the girl on the roof.
There's someone out there.
I turn to the glazed glass door. Pressed flush against the glass is a face without features and hands with fingers too long.
Oh. So she wasn't looking at the girl, she was looking at somebody else?
For the first time in years, I felt my blood run cold. No.
Is it an alien?
What's wrong?
Her voice is still panicked.
Scream again! Make it go away!
I try to speak, but my voice catches in my throat as its hand glides smoothly to the doorknob, and the handle begins to turn. I lunge to turn the deadbolt.
What's wrong? What is it?
Why can't I speak?
Scream again!
The handle stops rattling. The form steps away from the door, fading into obscurity of the frosted glass. No.
No, what?
She was in shock. It was a defense mechanism. I wish I could easily overcome my fear with it. We need to figure out a way to escape. I had grown complacent. Even the most violent specter I'd encountered as of late had never actually threatened my life.
Why? Can't you deal with it? Why are you scared of it and not the woman with bladed hands?
Good question.
That's the thing outside. I call it a slender. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's more than one even.
Slender? You call it a slender? Like Slender Man?
Yeah, similar comparison.
I nod, watching for movement outside the door. The last one. I wince just thinking about it. I've only ever met someone like me once. It killed them. It doesn't obey any of the rules. In the distance of the back of the house, I hear a rattle, and then a slow, deafening creak.
Uh-oh.
She gasps, then stifles her breath. Silence falls as even the clicking stops.
Ew. Even the scissor girl's like, oh, hell no!
It's inside. Oh god, it's here. Why did I come here?
Yeah, no shit!
The ghost on the ceiling scuttles away, hurrying up the incline above the stairs. I try to steady my breathing. Slowly, I lean over, peering around the corner, down the hallway to the back half of the house. As still as the grave, it stands, a silhouette in the hallway. Fuck. Should I move? Should I run? The decision is made for me, as a hand closes around my own. The sight is gone, as I feel myself tug backwards. I turn, following the girl from across the street up the stairs. Why are we going upstairs? There's nowhere to escape from there. It's too late to change my mind. Behind me, at the foot of the stairs, it stands, still as stone.
Run!
I flee, retreating to the safety of the master bedroom, locking the door.
What was I thinking? I should have just kept running. Why did I stop? Why did I think you would be different than anyone else?
Girl, what are you talking about?
What?
I thought you were strong. I mean, you are strong, that's obvious. You were able to travel so far.
I just took a plane.
Jesus, you're that strong? You can keep up that level of manifestation long enough to fly on a plane?
What the hell are you talking about? What kind of drugs are you taking, girl?
What?
I mean, I can appear within 10 miles of where I died, compared to the boy that those creatures devoured.
What?
What are you talking about?
I've never met a ghost as strong as you.
Whoa, wait, what?
I'm not dead. Abruptly, she stops in her tracks.
Are you kidding? How can you be so strong and not realize you're dead?
I'm not dead.
Look, it doesn't matter what you think, because in a moment that thing is going to come in here.
She grimaced, holding back tears.
It's going to come in here and kill me again. I'm not ready for that. Dying once was bad enough.
For a moment, the veneer fades and I see her, bloodied and bruised. She looked like she had been hit by a truck.
Ouch.
You're a ghost? Splinters hit my shoulder. I wheel around, finding my blade in motion as fluid as only practice can provide. The creature fills the doorway, like a tombstone, and then it moves. Like oil sliding across a hot pan, the creature sidesteps me, ignoring me as if I were nothing more than a piece of furniture. It approaches the girl, and I hear her scream. I scream, reality becomes a blur, and I bring around my blade.
Aim for the head or aim for the leg? I imagine headshot, but... I think the headshot might be too much, because it's like Slenderman. Slenderman's tall, right? Aim for the leg!
The blade vibrates violently, but I feel something give. I feel it before I hear it. A scream like my own. I watch in confusion and horror as a seam tears open across its face. Then, I watch it tear apart, unhinging its jaw. It steps forward.
It's quite interesting. Prepare the next attack.
It's upon me in a heartbeat. A single swing shattering my weapon and sending the world spinning, only to lurch to a stop as I impact the cabinet door, shattering the wood. I see it lurch towards the girl, her spirit flickering, No. No. Not again.
I hear clicking and turn towards the corner of the closet. Miss Scissors had apparently found a place to hide. I hear a scream from outside the closet. Instinct guides my hand. I close fingers around the rags of the ghost, and with a heave, send her flying towards the Slender.
Oh, wow.
The creature swats her away, her blades raking its white flesh.
I won't let you! The creature turns slowly, looking around as though confused. I step toward it, and each of my footsteps seems to burn the ground. The creature steps back, still silent as the grave. I'm lost in what I'm doing. I reach out and simply touch the creature. Waves of light and color wash over the creature, pulse by pulse. The creature's color slowly shifts to match the world around it.
There's some written word right there. Oh, there it is. Pulse by pulse. There you go.
And then, it's simply gone. My breathing steadies, and the color fades. Eventually, the world turns pale, normalcy descending. The creature is simply gone. What was that? I looked down, opening and closing my fists. There was nothing left of whatever I had done. Or the Slender, for that matter. I look around the room, impossibly confused. No, seriously, what the fuck was that?
I don't know. Am I supposed to know?
No. Damn, I heard all over. Who are you anyway?
Tulip. My name's Tulip.
Tulip? Brooks?
Yeah?
Then who? I turn to watch the scissor girl skitter away.
I don't know. She's been here since before I died.
Oh, is Tulip the one who killed herself? No, wait, she was hit by a truck. Never mind. So that wouldn't make sense.
I flop back down, laying flat on the floor, and close my eyes.
My parents' old house is just as I left it.
Oh, okay. Let's not figure out what the hell happened right there.
I wonder exactly how much upkeep Marcus has actually been doing.
Judging from the lawn, he's at least mowed it in the 4 years since I've seen him. Fuck, 4 years.
Had it really been that long since I had returned home?
Wow, you have a really nice place.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Your place. It's nice.
How are you here?
Spirits are tied to places they have strong emotional attachments to.
That and people? Oh no, don't tell me you're haunting me now. She doesn't reply, only blushing. Great, now I've got Sabrina the teenage ghost following me around.
Nice.
I'm 26.
You died when you were 16, so you look 16 to me. Silence falls between us. Look, just stay out here until I've had a chance to talk with Marcus.
I approached the doorway with more than a fair degree of hesitation. What was I expecting? Her words echo in my head.
How can you be so strong and not realize you're dead?
It wouldn't be the first time I had encountered a ghost who didn't know they were dead. They would block it out. Their death, their funeral. They would then avoid anything that will remind them of their death. Like their home. My eyes settle on the front door as it opens, and a larger man steps out. His shaggy, dirty blonde hair is cut the same length as when I last saw him, but his jaw is framed by a neatly trimmed beard. He's carrying a blue garbage bag. He only takes 2 steps from the door before he meets my eyes.
Tyrone? 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 Tyrone?
It had been a long time since I'd heard that name. It sounded almost alien. Hey, Marcus.
Holy shit, you're alive! I mean, I kind of assumed you were. I hadn't been kicked out of your place by your next of kin yet. Man, it's so good to see you. I thought you were dead.
Why'd you think that?
Maybe because you've been gone for 4 fucking years? What the fuck have you been doing?
Work, mostly.
I hope you're getting paid buku bucks if you're ignoring your friend for 4 years.
My thoughts trail to my less than impressive bank account.
Ah, fuck.
Not really.
What, did you join the military? Chicks dig boys in uniform. Is that how you picked up the chick?
What chick?
The chick that's been staying in your room for the last month? Showed up out of nowhere and just kind of waltzed in. She had a key or something. Not very talkative.
Huh? What chick?
I don't bother to answer the question. I step past him, his face contorting in worry and confusion. I step inside and feel it immediately, the presence of a haunt. I walk towards my room. The door is open, and she's sitting,
What?
just reading. I don't recognize her, but she's clearly dead. The hair bleeding up the walls and tangling up towards the cow skull are dead giveaways.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. Is she just some homeless chick that picked a lock or something? She seemed like she owned the place, so I assume you knew her. She said she was waiting for you, too.
Well, apparently, she had a normal-looking outward manifestation.
Oh, okay. Makes more sense.
I know for a fact she didn't die here. And she's been here for a month? She must be incredibly powerful.
Okay, man, your silence makes me think you might know her. But there's something awkward about your relationship you're not telling me, so I think I'll let you two talk.
Oh, thank you, Marcus. You're such a good guy.
But if you fucking leave without talking to me about whatever the fuck you've been up to since you left, I swear I'm gonna kill you.
That's a bold statement. Dude, chill.
Marcus walks away, closing the door behind him. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't have a moment to enjoy the fact that his threatening of my life confirmed that neighbor girl had been wrong. I was still alive. Unlike this girl. Who are you? Look, I know it's not the best question, but really, I'm a mess. I had been almost completely convinced that I was undead until a couple of seconds ago.
Tyrone, I had been expecting something more noteworthy for something like you.
Rude. Why does everybody believe in that? Come on now.
Something?
I was expecting Damien, perhaps.
Oh, my name. Okay.
You should really consider answering one of my questions soon.
What? How can someone so powerful not know they are dead?
I can feel the hairs on the back of my neck and my forearms rise. No, I was alive.
The simple answer to that is that you're not dead.
Okay.
An anomaly, but not dead.
Like, what are you?
Unlike you, I am dead. I am dead, and I am happy to continue being so. I like being here. I don't want to leave.
Okay, good for you. So what are you doing in my room?
Hey, this is my house.
Yeah, this is my house. This is my house. Get out.
Not your house. I mean, the material world. You see, I'm too strong to so easily fade, and I've been here a long time.
Then,
I'm more than strong enough to attract the attention of the Nulls. Yes, like the one you killed, or whatever you managed to do to it. Do you even know, by the way?
Oh, so they're gnolls. Okay.
Yes, I can read thoughts. Sorry, I'll stop.
I glare.
My name is Ripley. I am a ghost.
She grins.
And I would like very much to stay that way.
Is that it?
So, you're a ghost? Or is she a ghost? Are you both ghosts? Am I a ghost? Oh man, I knew that chili had gone bad. I swear I'll buy better Tupperware in the next life.
Oh my gosh, can I braid your hair?
Okay, I think those are just random dialogue from the voice actors. Alrighty, so that was the third and final game. Alright, final thoughts. Alright, the stories, I thought they were pretty interesting. Very interesting, and I liked them. I do wish, however, that they kind of elaborated more on the stories. Like, make them a little bit bigger, a little bit more in-depth with them. Some of them kind of were confusing. Like, the ice cream truck one. It talked about the other world, like the abyss and the darkness, and the ice cream man was scared shitless about that. I think would have been nice to have an explanation to that. And also the explanation to what happened to Jill Count. That didn't seem to make sense to me. Like, they just said, hey, we're all ghosts, ha ha ha. Okay, and then she's in a house with Marcus as a ghost? What the hell's up with that? I think what would have been a little bit better is if they took the Jill Count one, completely separated that story with these two, the other two, and made it its own game, but have it have more choices, like elaborate on the story, give it more details, but maybe also give it more choices as well, but make sure the choices have consequences, like maybe she has a life bar or something and she could die, or something like that. That would be kind of interesting. And I think it could have been a nice little story on its own. I think it could have held up very well, because I did like the idea that it's a streaming format, and you can control and dictate how she lives or how she dies. I thought that was a pretty interesting concept, and I like it. Now, again, I do think it should have been its kind of own thing. It felt like its own thing. Like, out of the three, it really was its own thing. As for the other two, I think they should have stayed in this game and just been like 2 for the price of 1 or something like that, type of deal. And, elaborate on the stories a little bit more. Make them a lot more detailed, a little bit more in-depth. Make sure the stories kind of make more sense. Because in the ice cream one, didn't the guy say he didn't believe in ghosts, but at the end he totally believes in ghosts because he deals with them all the time? Or am I misremembering that? Or am I getting confused? Again, and the Perceptions of the Dead ending, that didn't make sense. How does he know who Tulip Brooks is? I didn't know who the fuck she was. Who is she? Is she of importance? Prior to us knowing that? And we don't really know the answer to that. I mean, for a second there I thought it was the girl who died, but I'm like, no wait, that wouldn't make sense, because what about the other ghosts? That wouldn't make sense. Again, the story needed to be better explained and elaborated a lot more. But for what they're worth, I thought they were okay. This game has a lot of flaws, a lot of issues, but it was okay. I enjoyed it. Well, that's pretty much all my opinions on it, so feel free to agree or disagree. But regardless, I thank you all for joining me in Perceptions of the Dead. But don't think that Halloween time is over. We still have many more games to go through this year. Many, many more. So till then, I am Terry the Fox, you are the viewer, and of course, I hope to see you next time. Bye!